Hi, my name's Evan Ortlieb, and I'm the president of the Specialized Literacy Professionals, a SIG of the International Literacy Association. And today I'm joined by Kathy Hinchman and Kelly Chandler-Olcott. And they are the editors of JAAL, which is one of the preeminent journals for adolescent and adult literacy. So thank you, first of all, for joining us today, having a chat. And it's my understanding that you started in these editor roles in July of 2015, and obviously in the beginning you would set forth some goals and objectives to accomplish as editors of this preeminent journal. So can you give me a little bit of a rundown on what may have been some of those goals and how have you accomplished those to date?
Well, we should start by saying that when we took over as editors, we really liked the journal the way it was. We were longtime readers. We had both published multiple articles in the journal over time, so we had really deep, long-standing connections with JAAL to start with. So we didn't want to overhaul it in dramatically different ways. We really wanted to contribute to and continue that tradition. We're both committed to a vision of literacy research and pedagogy that's intended to promote more equitable outcomes for all learners, including those from traditionally underserved populations. So that was really important to us. We both identify primarily as pragmatists, so we were interested in attracting researchers from a wide variety of backgrounds, research traditions, perspectives. Our careers kind of mirror what we see as that journal's dialectic between research and practice and kind of the intersection between them. And we both actually really enjoy the work associated with academic publishing, and we were surprised when we applied for the job how much work we'd done as reviewers and editors. We're happy to bring that service to JAAL.
So one of our goals, though, we've both published in the area of inclusive literacy education, and we thought perhaps we could bring greater attention to issues of inclusion and diversity. Plus, that's an ongoing mission of our profession anyway. So, and such a focus we thought could happen in a couple different ways. First, we were going to try to work with ILA to identify department foci tied to issues of race, class, gender, language, disability, and other aspects of identity. And then we thought we'd work at recruiting a diverse population of reviewers, regular contributors, and submission authors. It turns out ILA kind of leans more on our expertise and experience in the field, both in ILA and in other organizations. And we've ended up kind of just checking in with them as we identify people to be department editors and reviewers, and especially commentary authors. We kind of think both in terms of topics, diversity-related topics, and putting people together who would have something new and interesting and helpful to the field to be able to say. We've also tried to reach out, not on our original list, but now in our heads all the time, internationally as well too. So another way to broaden the reach of the journal.
Another goal that we had was creating greater visibility within professional communities outside ILA for the journal, particularly those associated with various disciplines. And one move that we made was to write a query letter that we could send to authors who had published empirical research in literacy journals like Research in the Teaching of English or Reading Research Quarterly, to make sure that they thought about spinning off a practical version of their article for JAAL. But then we also sent a similar query letter to people who had published research reports in the flagship journals for the disciplinary professional associations, so National Council of Teachers of Mathematics, National Science Teachers Association. We had our editorial assistant review those journals for the past probably 4 or 5 years and identify articles that we thought would appeal to our audience, and we've tried to invite those people more personally and intimately to submit to the journal.
One of the other things we really wanted to do, we've appreciated JAAL over time as a place not just for people's research publications, but also with a single study and set of practices, but also for practically spun literature reviews. And so that was another one of our goals. We haven't gotten as many of those as we probably would like, and so this is actually a pitch to go into the journal for that kind of work. And we've actually, when people submit those kinds of articles, we've now published a couple of those that we can point to as examples along the way. Actually, a couple of exceptional ones. In addition to that, one of our new departments for the next couple of years that we're going to try out is a department that's co-run by two different teams whose names include Doug Fisher and Nancy Fry and Josephine Marsh and Deborah Gonzalez.
Yes.
Right. Doug and Nancy are going to alternate with Josephine and Deborah. Doug and Nancy are going to review research articles and just do like quick research articles around a topic from journals that aren't ILA journals to talk about implications for practice. Josephine and Deborah, on the other hand, are going to solicit practitioner research, which actually our practitioner advisory board has been asking us for a bit of time. So it's a good way to help us to address that goal, which wasn't a goal for us when we started, but has become a goal because of our practitioner advisory board.
Which actually segues pretty nicely to another goal that we had. We thought about asking people to do the work of editing departments in pairs for a couple of reasons. One, we wanted to involve more people in potential leadership roles in the journal. We thought that that kind of service is really helpful to enfranchise people and have diversity of perspective. It also builds editorial experience that people can use to leverage for other capacities. And we also thought we might get people to agree to share the work. If they didn't have to come up with 6 columns a year by themselves, if they only had to do 3 a year, or if they only had to do parts of 6, we thought that we might get people who would be interested in doing the work who might otherwise say no. And so in our first 2 volume years, we had 7 different column spaces. 4 of them were co-edited, 3 of them were single authored, and then as we're looking forward to 2 more volumes, we actually have 5 spaces that will be co-edited, in some cases by 3 people or 4 people working in pairs, not even just pairs 1-to-1, and then just 2 singleton spaces. So we're really happy that we've involved a wider range of our audience in helping us get content, solicit new voices, get new ideas, specialties.
I think that's it.
I think that's it.
So I like how, again, you set out for some of those inclusive goals, and then the actions that you took, perhaps at least started towards those ends, and I can certainly appreciate that not only as a reader, but as an author and even a section editor for the last 2 years.
For which we're grateful.
For Unlocking Literacy Learning, which has been a delight. And so in terms of the impact factor, which has jumped leaps and bounds, I've noticed over the last couple of years, and I assume part of that is, to attribute to that exact work that we just talked about in terms of making things more inclusive, having that practical, feel to it alongside the research support. How do you envision impact factors and citations and so on and so forth moving forward in the next couple of years?
Well, I know where you're going. I'm going to beat you there. One of the things we would say about the impact factor is that we are very measured about any credit for that. We think a good piece of that is due to the good work of the editors who preceded us.
A couple teams worth.
Yeah, actually several teams worth. But we are really, really cheered and heartened by the fact that our downloads for the past year are significantly high, and that is our work. Those are our department editors and our review team, editorial board, getting out there and helping people to submit, and then disseminating when things come into play. So we're excited about that. But we know that a lot of that, moving the needle on those numbers, is a long-term process, and having really only been in the job for 2 years, we have a limited impact.
Sure, sure.
Though, having just invited reviewers for the next couple of years, or column editors and reviewers for the next couple of years, actually, we're realizing how quickly the time is flying. Too.
That's
So
right. That's
it's an interesting thing to think about, influencing impact factors that depend on the whole history of the journal and not just the trajectory that you are able to influence. So we'll see how it turns out. But so far we're feeling pretty good about the content we've been able to publish and how people are responding to it.
Absolutely.
So it's kinda nice. Yeah.
And then finally, do you have any advice for specialized literacy professionals today in terms of being active in their classrooms, in their communities, also on the publication front perhaps, in terms of, being agents of change and just wanting to impact in those ways?
Well, I will say one thing about that. When we are working together to determine whether we're going to accept something, those folks are often our key constituency when we say, is this going to resonate for them? Are they going to be able to use it in their work? Is it going to be accessible? Is it going to ring true and make sense? And so we think about those professionals often in adjudicating.
I'd also, we'd love to publish more articles on either, on any aspect of the work that secondary and adult literacy specialists do in their different arenas of work. And so we'd encourage people to think about putting 6,000 words together that describe their work. I know a lot of schools, academic or educational groups are working on organizing more democratic professional learning communities. Well, a good way to run a professional learning community is to start collecting data on yourselves and your work and the observations of that work, and then feeding it back to each other. So that's puts you just that much closer to organizing some kind of a publication. But we love it when people download our articles to use in study groups, to make us to situate as parts of compendiums. And so we invite people to write to us to see if we can advise them toward any kind of article, if they have topical interests and stuff isn't coming up in a search for them. And so we hope the journal is an important part of the community of specialized literacy professionals.
I would also suggest that folks who do use JAAL articles been so impressed with our authors, how committed they are to their work, how excited they are about what they're doing. And I think in a lot of cases, if a professional chose to use an article and they reached out to a member of the author team or to an author, that they could certainly interact with the person who did the original work. I've seen some instances of that among the folks we've published. I think that could be really, really generative. And I would also say, our editorial assistant made us a magnet that says, what a difference a topic sentence makes. And that's our new mantra from editing a lot of submissions over 2 years, is when people write for us and they are super clear about the purpose of this article is, and they put that up front, we find that really helpful in editing the article, but I also think it makes it easier for professionals who are doing the work to determine quickly whether it's something they're going to be able to use or not, figure out whether it's worth the time. So I think we advise authors to really get clear about that and quickly.
Right, and so it should make it easier for people to be able to select articles.
Right.
For their work in professional development in schools.
Absolutely. So thank you again. First of all, as editors of JAAL and your service to the profession, to the community, I know I'm eternally grateful for that, alongside so many other readers who are always excited to see the new issues. And secondly, thank you for taking the time to join us today as specialized literacy professionals as we move forward almost into 2018 now, which is hard to believe. And we look forward to reading the next 2-3 years worth of work in JAAL, headlined by, again, your service to the community. So thanks again, and we look forward to seeing those soon. Take care.